This is our topic today. We're going to talk about this project called Astro-Journeys. And I hope that I managed to convince you that this is a nice adventure or challenge for you to take on board. I'm very glad to have so many known and unknown faces here. And I would like you to listen to what I have to present with a mind of someone that will participate and will tell me what's good, what's so, and what's bad in what we are proposing here. So the idea of Astro-Journeys was not to create another project on astronomy. I do know that the world deadly needs astronomy in the curricula in schools, that we need to teach astronomy to our students. And I also know, I'm aware that you are all converted. I don't have to convert you guys here because you are here, that astronomy is something of value or something important. That is unfortunately decreasing across the world. So Astro-Journeys was born with the idea of cooking astronomy, digital innovation, and inclusion in the same pot, and helping educators innovate in the classroom using trending tools and collaborating with their colleagues from any domain, from any topic. And the idea was that Astro-Journeys would be the journey, the designer of a journey that is not so difficult for any of you educators to embark. So let me start here. Click here. Okay. So these are the partners of Astro-Journeys. It's a project coordinated by the Office of Astronomy for Education, from University of Cergy in Paris. We have the Portuguese Astronomical Society as a partner. We have House de Astronomie, which is the house of the Office of Astronomy for Education. We have the Institute of Astrophysics of Canary Islands. We have as partner the observatory in Alqueva. We have also the Fox Telescope project, the Friends Hands-on Universe team, and a school in Greece called Ellino-Germanic Pedagogy, and of course us at Nucleo. It's a very nice consortium of people that we are used to work with, and everybody has their mindset in the same place. So the whole idea started with the big ideas on astronomy. Sorry for this. Big Ideas in Astronomy, which is a booklet that was produced some years ago. It's an open document where people can find the main concepts and topics in astronomy, but framed in a different way, in a different manner. I don't know how many of you have heard about the big ideas of science, which is something that after its publication and adoption by many schools in many places across the world, became part or became the seed that gave birth to the next generation standards in the United States, which is a completely interdisciplinary experience. So the idea was that with the big ideas in astronomy, we could create a broader opportunity for teachers from different subject domains to collaborate together around certain topics that are related to astronomy, not only astronomy. So these are the 11 big ideas, and each of them have several subtopics. It's a booklet with several pages. It's available online in several languages, including Spanish, Portuguese, German. I'm not sure if they have Greek, but maybe Sarah can check and post in the chat the link to the big ideas where you can find the translated version. So it goes with the 11 big ideas. starting, of course, with the fact that astronomy is one of the oldest sciences in humanity, in human history. The second idea addresses the fact that astronomical phenomena can be experienced in our daily lives, and in fact it is, and we all experience them, although not always we can explain what is the meaning of this phenomena, or very often we cannot even explain why and how they happen. The third one is that the night sky is rich and dynamic, and this allows us to introduce several different things in from history to cutting edge physics and mathematics. And it has to do with the fact that our sky is always changing, and moreover that our technology is allowing us to always discover more and to always refine what we know about us and the universe. The fourth one is that astronomy is a science that studies celestial objects and phenomena in the universe. And this allows us also to go to various areas, including, for instance, what are we made of, right? Fifth is astronomy benefits from and stimulates technology development. And I could spend a whole hour or maybe day or maybe week explaining to you how research in the field of astronomy, astrophysics, space exploration is benefiting us as humans, living our normal day-to-day lives. The sixth one is that cosmology is the science of exploring the universe as a whole. And this, again, can be open to philosophy, sociology, anthropology, ethnology, and so many other things, decolonization of education, of knowledge, and everything. The seventh one is connected to life in the universe, right? We all live in a small planet within the solar system, the only life we know so far. But it also invites us to think about our importance in the universe and the importance of the universe in us, if we can say so. Also, the eighth, which is one of the most important, is we are all made of stardust, which in fact it is. It's not a romantic view, it's reality. And I think 99.9% of humans don't know that and have no idea what it means and why we can say that. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe, which should be a big lesson of humbleness for mankind when we think about our problems and the things that we pursue, the problems that we consider we have. We should consider this a little bit more. We also should consider the fact that we may not be alone in the universe, and there are many people that believe very solidly that there is life in the universe, we just didn't found it yet. And finally, that we must preserve the Earth, our only home in the universe so far. We didn't learn how to live outside of Earth yet. And for sure, us in this meeting here probably will never live somewhere else. Maybe visit, maybe, but live outside Earth, I doubt. There is not enough time to develop such a possibility in our lifetime. I guess, maybe I'm wrong. So these are the ideas, and the invitation to the teachers is that whatever subject domain you teach, whatever grade level you teach, you can always find something in one of these ideas where you can integrate the specific concept. It's like telling a story that we are all made of stardust, and somehow, somewhere you're talking about geography, or you're talking about physical education, or you're talking about arts, music, I don't know. You can challenge me. You can challenge me to show you how this is possible. And we said, okay, we start here, and then we take several steps. So the first step is the big ideas. And teachers are invited to create learning journeys to the students, starting on the big ideas on astronomy. Choose the ones that like them more. That's the first step. The second step, okay, my computer is not working like this. Okay, the second step is to investigate the interdisciplinary nature of astronomy, meaning it's very easy to establish connections between and among subjects. You can do an interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary experience. You can provide this to your students. You can even design a whole year of a school year working with astronomy as your topic and having all your colleagues delivering all subjects, all concepts somehow within this story, this astronomy history that you are going to take. It can be time travel. It can be a history of the universe, a history of mankind. It can be, I don't know, you can be bold in the things that you imagine, right? And so this is the second step. And we had already two international training where we had teachers from different subjects, different countries, different grade levels. And guess what? We put all of them working together. I know I'm creating panic here in the audience, and that is the purpose. I promise you that by the end of today, of this presentation, you will know a new way to work, okay? My hope now is that you think that I'm completely crazy and you feel like, no, not possible. I won't ever be able or willing to do that, okay? Let's see if I succeed. Third step, finding resources in the world that we can use for our lessons. I'm sure that many of you have searched for resources for your lessons more than once. And when we go to the internet and we search, let's say I go to the internet and I say, I want a resource to teach my students about the solar system. How many resources will I retrieve? 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion? I don't know. Many will come. And then, of course, you have all these amazing things that are appearing every day, or every conference, astronomy conference that you go, there are new things appearing. And everyone, fortunately, does the same thing. It's free, it's there. Go and find it. Even you teachers, you guys are amazing in creating new opportunities, new activities. And I always or often hear you saying, oh, no, I created, anyone can use, just go to my school website. It's easy to find. Yeah, if you consider that Portugal alone has what, 5,000 schools, maybe plus 5,000 schools or 10,000, I don't know. Now, the world will have what, billions of schools, and all of them have inspiring teachers, and all of them have teachers that can create amazing things. How on earth can you find that one that you're really willing for? So what is the solution? You end up creating something new, or you just, navigate 2, 3, 4 sites and say, okay, that's it, I'll take this one, right? Or you use the textbook that the school provides to you, which often has resources that are not exactly what you need. Of course, there are open platforms like the Office of Astronomy for Education platform, the European Space Agency, NASA, ESO, JAXA, etc. Among these activities that you can trust, you have hands-on activities, simulations, virtual observations, citizen science projects, and so much more. You have data as no other source, no other science probably has. Because, telescopes are pointed to the sky, they are retrieving images at a pace that is not possible for any, sorry, just for a second, there's a noise coming from outside, just a second. Sorry for that. I guess you cannot hear, but because Zoom filters it, but it's a loud noise. Okay, so you have data coming from all major satellites and telescopes on Earth. This is terabytes and terabytes, or I don't know, you name it, of data that is there sitting in the archives, again, available and free for you to use. To me, this knowledge, this understanding, the first time I had it, it was overwhelming because I immediately thought, wait, that means that, okay, I'm an astrophysicist. I was, at the time that I realized it, I was an astrophysicist at the observatory here in Lisbon, and I was observing a particular black hole candidate. And I took, I don't know, I think it was in total 2,000 images that I explored, something like that. I don't know. It was many, many images. And I said, okay, wait. Somebody took this image to observe this particular object. But the object is in a field where you have many other things. You have planetary nebulas, you have star formation, you have galaxies, you have exoplanets, you have black holes, you have, I don't know how many things there. Nobody's looking at my image, it's just me. And I'm looking just to a tiny little dot here. I'm not paying attention to anything else. And then I thought, so that means that there is a lot of discovery out there that anyone can do because the images are available for free online. And I can name here the number of repositories that have this possibility to you. So rich databases to support teachers in multiple languages and to support curricula is available out there, okay? So we're progressing. Until now, I just am filling your pocket with things that might feel or seem unattainable. Of course, then you have the student-centered learning approaches. What is this? Is when I put the student at the center stage. I make the student in charge of their own learning. I know many of you know this methodology. Some of you don't. It's okay. We're here to accompany you. We will have webinars where we will introduce these methodologies to you. And once you learn them, it's like riding a bike. It's difficult at the beginning because it's a completely new way of doing things. But once you get into it, you don't want to go back. And once you learn, you never forget. And so Astro-Journeys do want you to create a scenario that is based on your students. They are at the center stage. They are taking ownership and taking the steps in their learning journey. Of course, then there is the competence profile for students. And there are so many competence profiles, one better than the other, one more complete than the other, one more tailored to your country, to your city, to you than the others. Which one do I prefer? I don't. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Important is this mindset that students are not machines that have to memorize everything. Students are humans that have to acquire competencies. And it's up to you as an educator, as a travel companion, to discover which are the competencies that you want to improve in your students. Which are the competencies that each and every one of your students need in order to become the best person that they can be. This is your job, right? The competence profile is just to help you. I mean, you can read all of this and have fun. Some of them are amazing. Some of them are very academic. It really doesn't matter, but take a look because there are competencies that we must have as humans. You know, I when I started reading those, I thought, oh my God, people are giving name to everything. Every single thing that we can do is called a competence. But in fact, they are skilled, they are competences, they are understanding, and they are important. If I develop them, if I don't, and if nobody tells me you should develop this, then we end up with a world as the one that we have now, because there are people who never developed, for instance, critical thinking, a very important one. So yes, these competence profiles, and they are available for you in our platform, in our training courses. You will find opportunities to interact with all of those. Okay, everybody tired already? Feeling overwhelmed? I'm only step 5. I'm starting step 6 now. Okay, inclusion. How do we do that? Well, luckily, other people thought about that before us. And there is this universal design for learning based, of course, the universal design concept, which means finding a series of things, little things. There is, in fact, a guideline, a series of principles and guidelines, a lot of them small things that we can do to make sure that everyone in our classroom, in our audience, feels included while you bring them in the journey that you have designed, right? So there has to be multiple ways of presenting things to your audience so that they feel they are included, in the universal design for learning will help you on that. Again, another topic that we will talk to you about in one of our future webinars and tell you how you can work with us. This is the guidelines, the series of guidelines. And, you know, this is, I found this AI image very nice. Actually, I forgot to put the copyright here. But it basically shows us that the way is, it can be designed or not. You can be creating the path while you move, but you are always learning different things. You know, every day we conquer one difficulty, something, one challenge, and we have immediately another one to conquer, right? Life is like this. Why it's like this, I don't know. But even if you don't want to conquer new challenges, you cannot, there's no way around it. You have to continue facing them. And our path is to use these guidelines to help our students take this path with courage. And the backpack, well, the backpack is full of competencies. That's the best thing that we can give to them. Step 7, well, the last, and I think maybe one of the most important steps is how we support the students with formative assessment, how we have students reflect on their journeys, how we have students reflect on their performances, how we don't compare students to one another, how we set the goals as far away as they can go. And so there is no comparison. Each student will have their own learning and assessment path according to the plan that you have to design for each and every one of them. And this is something that you negotiate with your students, right? So these are things that we are worried about in Astro-Journeys. So as you can see, it's not a common project. It's not a project where we are teaching astronomy. We are not doing that here. This is not a space for this. We are not teaching you how to use specific resources, with a few exceptions. There are a few ones that we will share with you also in webinars during the duration of the project, but that's not the goal. The goal is to help you cook all of these ingredients together. And how we are going to do, how we plan to do this? Well, the way to do this is using AI. So we are helping educators use AI as a travel companion for the creation of the scenarios that will be inclusive and innovative. You can use whichever you prefer. In our courses, we are using Notebook LM, which is an AI that we only feed on the documentation that you provide to it, and you can use it to help you build a learning journey, which I will present next. So we take the AI and we put all the 7 steps. And so I will go back a little bit here to the steps to tell you how we feed this AI, right? So the first thing that we do is we take the booklet of astronomy, the big ideas on astronomy, and we put in the AI, give it to the AI. Second, we put in the AI the curriculum of our subject domain, the concepts that I will teach, that I want to teach with that scenario, or that I want to teach for the whole semester. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. You can decide how you approach this, right? So it's curriculum, it's the concepts, it's the content that you put here. Third, we have, I will show you in a moment, we have a series of tools and resources that you can choose. And you can either put them already inside the AI, or you can give a link to where these can be found, or use, we are creating an AI companion that is going to be available in the Astro-Journey platform, and that will help you choose which are the tools and resources that are useful for the activity that you want to produce, right? This is the third thing that we give to the AI. The fourth thing is you have to tell the AI in your prompt, which is the student-centered methodology that you want to use. You can put there, for instance, in Portugal, we have the competence profile of students before leaving mandatory learning, mandatory school. And so we can give that to the AI, but you can also say, no, but I also am going to work on sustainability. So I want them to learn about the green competences. So this is, I also going to put that one. It's up to you. Or you can just put in the prompt. You can provide to the AI this guideline. It's very complete and very informative. You can give this, but you have to teach AI or tell AI what is your objective, or better still, what are the characteristics of the students you're working with? What are the specific things that you want to improve in your students? So it can be, you can create a series of lessons. For instance, imagine that you want to improve the creativity of your students. You have to tell the AI what is the level of creativity that they have, and ask them how you make this experiment inclusive for them. And you have to also ask the AI to create for you the formative assessment rubrics. And you can say, I want them to go from 1 to 5 or A to C, or you define how you want these rubrics to be. Okay, so this is what we are giving to the AI. And then you can give this template. For instance, we have created a template. Sarah created this nice template with some suggestions of fields that your learning scenario should have, right? And so here you can describe a little bit to the AI, what are your goals? What is it that you want to do, okay? So here you have, of course, the author, the title, the brief description, the age group and the school level, which you can do both ways. You can tell the AI which is the big idea that you want to use, or you can ask the AI which big idea you can use. And then which are the other subjects that are going to be involved? Like imagine that you are creating this scenario in collaboration with your colleagues. So when you have the subject, you put all the subjects here. The activities and resources that you select, which is your learning objective, what is the methodological approach that you will adopt, and then you start with the adaptations and inclusivity actions that you want. You don't have to say them here. What you have to say here is what are the characteristics that you need to target. Like I have kids that are colorblind, I have kids that are ADHD or autistic, or you can say, you know, I don't know what kind of kids I have. They might be anywhere in the spectrum. From everybody of us have something, right? So they can be anywhere. I don't know. So you can ask the AI to give you a series of guidelines that will help you approach the maximum number of students. Then you can ask the AI to help. Ask the AI to help. The AI to help you choose the competencies that you want to work with. And you can ask AI to create the assessment rubrics and reflection instruments, etc., etc. So this is a complete, of course, you are not, you don't have to use everything. It's just something very complete, because you might need it all, or you might not need half of it. It's up to you to use whatever you think it's necessary for you. And then voila, you have this beauty of the universe. Then you have the astronomy to bring to the hands of your students. You can explore the many activities that are available in the Astro-Journeys. I will show you the platform in a moment. And you can go from the solar system to the universe, from technology, like how do I build a telescope, what they are good for, why I have telescopes on Earth, and why should I have them up there in the sky, why should I build an observatory on the moon. Or you can simply use robotic telescopes and take images with your students. And anyone here has ever done that? taking a robotic image with a telescope with your students? I'll open the chat and see if you say yes. You can write on the chat, yes or no. Have you ever used a robotic telescope with your students? Okay, Shahzad, yes. Simon, yes. Okay. Javier, yes. Katarina, no. No, Dimitrios, no. Okay. No. Okay, we have yes and no's. Okay, so I will tell you a story. It's not this image, but it's very similar to this one. Imagine this. It was like 20 years ago. I was in my house on a day off, and at that time, having, well, still is not, okay. Today, we have many telescopes that provide us free time for your students to observe. Okay, you can join one of these telescopes and request images. It's super easy to use and it's free. And we provide, and we will do that here in this project. We will do that, provide you training how to do that. So there is one school that has time in one large research quality telescope called the Fox telescope that has a 2-meter mirror. So it's really real research quality telescope. And my colleague is there at the school, and the school doesn't have internet. The internet is broken. So she calls me and say, Rosa, we have a problem here. We have half an hour of this 2-meter telescope, which is not something easy to get because the 2-meter are very competitive telescopes. Can you do the observations? I give you the coordinates, and you just go online, put the coordinates and observe. I said, okay, fine, give it to me. And she gave it to me, but she didn't tell me what it was. So after 10 or 15 minutes, an image like this appeared in the screen of my computer. I have to tell you, my heart stopped. It skipped a bit. I was looking at this and say, I'm here in my house, just a normal human being, and I just made an image of the pillars of creation, a place where new planets and new stars are being born. And I might be the only human being right now that is doing this image. I wanted to open my window and, call to everybody and say, come and look what I have just done. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I am an astrophysicist and I am observing things. And still, I had this feeling in my heart. Now imagine what happens to your students if they have this possibility. And you have it. And it's free and it's available. And there are many telescopes available to you out there. You just need to reach out to us and say, I want to be part of this. And you offer this to your students instead of showing a picture in a book. You have them take the image of the object themselves, right? So, and in my mind, and of course, at that time we were part of a group and still are, called Hands-on Universe, which is scientists bringing real research or contemporary research to the hands of students. And I thought, well, I must do something so that every teacher in the world is using it. This project is more than 30 or 40 years old, and still schools are not using it. And some are, but not every school. And I keep wondering why. It's something that we need to change. So Astro-Journey has this purpose as well. And you can see here in the image to the bottom part, to the right, the human override, which is one of the activities. There is going to be another webinar for this, where the students can understand the motion of the objects in the solar system. You might think, oh, that's super simple. There's the sun and everything is orbiting the sun, right? Period. Well, it's not as simple as this. It's a little bit more complicated because one planet has gravitational influence in the other. Planets have their own natural satellites. The solar system is still information. So it's not so easy to understand everything. And if everybody has seasons or not, and how would be life in those planets if we can go and perhaps live in one of those moons or not, if there is some kind of life in one of those. So there are plenty of things that we don't really understand very well. And while you're teaching this to your students, you are improving several competencies on top of everything. Mathematics is very good for that, and you can then create a human library in your school, in the patio of your school, and have several games there that will make your students masters of the solar system. Okay, I guess this is what I had to show. I have, of course, here the website and the Facebook and of the project, the LinkedIn of Nucleo, and the Instagram of Astro-Journeys. And what I will do now is I will stop sharing my screen and I will go to the website of Astro-Journeys. So let me go there. Let me stop here. And I'll start. Okay, sorry for this. I want to find here Astro-Journeys. I'm opening also the Facebook page of Astro-Journeys, so it is there. And for that matter, I might open also the page of Nucleo and Facebook that I can also show you. Okay. All right. So this is the one I want to share. And here we go. Can you see the website of Astro-Journeys? I guess you can, right? Can someone please confirm?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the homepage of Astro-Journey. It was made by some very skillful hands in our team. And you scroll down and you can find all the things that I already told you. And you can join the project here if you are interested, and you can find more information and all the latest news. The latest news, you will find them here. There's always something new to be found here. Okay. You can find here the information about us, the information about the partners that I already gave to you. And you can find here the resources that we have. So far, at the moment, we just have a link to the repositories of resources of these various repositories here. So you can see we have a lot of things here. We have the Astro from the House of Astronomy. We have the School Observatory Repository. We have Folks Telescope Planet. We have France Hands-on Universe, the European Hands-on Universe, the Caesar team at the European Space Agency, the IAC in Canary Island, so on and so forth. So far, this is just guiding you there. But these resources will be integrated into an AI where you will find, you will just have to prompt the AI that will be connected to Astro-Journeys, and the AI will help you find the resource that is better for your purpose, for your decision, for what you want to do. You also will find here groups that I hope you will join. We have here groups for Germany, for Greece, for France, Spain, Portugal, and international one. Whenever you join the groups, or you have to create your account here, and you will be immediately joined to the international group where the conversations are all in English. And then there will be the other groups where the conversations will take place in your own language. And the idea here is that you find here a space where you can share ideas, ask questions, and communicate with your colleagues from the same language, same country, or with colleagues from an international group. Okay, I think this is what I had to show to you, Sarah. I don't know if I should share. Yes, sorry. This is the Facebook. It's the most popular social media that we usually have. You have here Astro-Journeys. You just search for Astro-Journeys, but if you go to facebook.com/Astro-Journeys, actually, can copy and put it here in the chat, so you can become our friends on Facebook. Nucleo also have a Facebook page, and if you want to be informed about this project and other projects alike, you can also join us there. So yeah, I think this is well, these are some images of our summer school. It was super fun. It was an amazing opportunity from teachers coming from all the participating countries in Astro-Journeys and more. Okay, I stopped sharing my screen, and I'm now available for you to ask your questions. I'm sure you have tons of them. I will drink a little bit of water to get energy to answer them to you. Don't be shy, come on. Can you tell me what are the subjects that you teach? Write down here in the chat if you are a teacher, and what is it that you teach, and what is the grade level, so we know why you're here. Okay, Javier is physics and chemistry. Physics at high school. Oh, physics and chemistry, IT, mathematics. Okay, a lot of physics and chemistry. Do you collaborate with colleagues from other subject domains? You can open your microphone and tell us your experience. I know some of you have. We've done this together. Ah, Dimitrios, you are now the Directorate of Education. Great,
Yeah,
so you can bring many schools to us.
Yes, I use astronomy to create some things in all schools in Evros and in Rhodope nearby, Komotini at first, and we are using our club, astronomy and amateur astronomy club of Thrace. Thrace is Rhodope, Evros, and Xanthi, and we tried to help teachers to see some things further than books, using telescopes and some things like that. I think that you can understand the way we are using to help teachers and use educate in astronomy with another way, the way of amateur astronomy. Even I am a teacher and a physics teacher. I want to make other teachers to try to do something else or to inspire their students for astronomy. That's the way we are trying to use astronomy. And the big ideas, it's for me, it's a very good book. Not a book, the exact way. Even I know astronomy for about 40 years. For me, it's a how can I say that? The topics are the things I need to.
Great to hear that.
Yes, it's better for me to use these ideas to inspire more teachers or more students.
Great, great. I also see that some people said that they rarely work in an interdisciplinary way. And yeah, this is unfortunately the reality that we find. But here in Astro-Journeys, we are now starting to conduct professional development in all the participating countries. Portugal is one of them. Greece is another one. Germany is another one. Spain is another one. And we are fostering the interdisciplinary collaboration because it's more relevant to the students, and it makes the work of teachers much easier, right? Javier says, I try every year, but it's so difficult because we have no time to meetings to transmit the principles, ideas, to work together. Yeah, Javier, challenge to you, gather a group of teachers and come join us. We can have a specific Astro-Journey course for you, and I make a bet with you that by the end of the course, you will be collaborating and saving time. Do you believe me? Yeah? So are you close to the IAC? You are in Tenerife, right?
Yeah. So very close, because I work in high school, 100 meters from IAC.
Great.
So principal, yeah.
So you know Naira?
Yeah, Naira, Alfred, of course.
Right. So talk to Naira and tell her that I challenged you.
I'll try.
That you have to find a group of at least 10 teachers, and I will personally take care of the professional development for you guys, just for you.
Yeah, we try to research with telescope, bring the telescope to the high school and observe the sun, for example. And I tried for 1 year, and it's so difficult to collaborate with another college, But I try, and I try every year to talk with us. But
well, tell your colleagues that they will receive a certificate endorsed by the Office of Astronomy of Education of the International Astronomical Union, and with the logo of the European Commission, if they participate in this training with me. Okay? I'm for real. This is for real. And that is valid for any one of you.
Thank you.
It's my privilege if you come through. Okay, no more questions. Sarah, there is silence in the audience.
It seems so. But just to let you know that our next webinars will have a lot of examples also. So this is the first of a series of many. And of course, in 1 hour, we cannot give a lot of examples, but in the following webinars, we will have a lot of these things that Rosa told us today. They will be developed like UDL, you may know more about it. Also very concrete resources that we are using and that may be useful for you too. So stay tuned if it is interesting for you. I'm also going to put here the Instagram link, and just let us know if you need something else and some support from our part. I don't know if you are a little bit shy, or if you don't want to talk, you may write your questions in the chat if you prefer.
I also put my email here so that if you want, you can send me an email with your questions or comments.
So if there's no more, if there's no doubts or nothing more to add, we can finish the webinar. And thank you once again for being here, for your time. I hope it will be very nice for you too. Oh, there's a question. Great.
There is a question.
How can international community participate in the project? And also, how can they join the project with their own language? So this is a very important question, Rosa. Maybe you can.
I mean, Sharzad, you know us, we know you. I'm sure that you can participate. We can even create a community here for your students in Iranian if you wish. And I'm sure that you can also translate the big ideas in astronomy to Iranian if you think it's useful, and just join us for the trainings. You know, you live in our hearts, and you have all the support that you need to engage your students.
Thank you so much.
The big ideas are translated into Arabic already, which is useful too. Of course, this is a European project, and there are some constraints because of that, but that does not mean that we cannot, as a community, support each other. So,
I mean, for those of you that know Nucleo has no boundaries. And of course, the shortcomings is that funding can only be used in Europe, which is a pity. But rather than that, the rest, we can do whatever we want to the whole world, and we usually do it.
Dimitris is going to try to translate the big ideas of astronomy in Greek.
With Marina Mola, Rosa knows here.
Great idea. Great idea. But Dimitrios, you need to contact the Office of Astronomy for Education, because they might give you a template or something that where you can have an easy translation, because then they have to format everything, okay?
Yes, I can understand that.
Send me an email with that and I will forward it to the responsible team.
Okay.
I will be there next week, so I can also say or send.
You can give drop a message.
Yeah, I can ask. Okay. See you next time.
Thank you everyone for coming. Come back.
Thank you.
Come back for the next
Bye-bye.
one.
Bye bye everyone, and thank you
So much.
Bye.
Bye.